Slice of life stories have a way of drawing emotions out of my cold, dead heart. I read Azumanga Daioh on the middle school bus, got told I'm a loser, and ever since, I've always kind of liked the genre, despite so many being mere echoes of what Azumanga was for me, and I believe for many other people. I've also always kind of enjoyed being told I'm a loser by women. It's probably unrelated. Feelings of comfort, and sometimes genuine care for these people whose lives I observe, a sense of vicarious friendship maybe, a happiness viewing their small joys and successes, and empathy when things aren't so great. Mieruko-chan is a story that I feel like hits a lot of the same notes. The characters are quickly charming. Miko's our leading lady, and she really just wants to get through her day. She likes running track, using her phone, watching professional wrestling, and hanging out with her friends. She's pretty quiet in comparison to her airheaded bestie Hana. Hana likes getting donuts at the local Dunkin' where the girls happen to be regulars. Later, they're joined by Julia, their resident lolly spurg, who doesn't know how to act like a normal friend but is guided by the kindness of others into keeping it together. And together our friends enjoy their high school days and weekend shenanigans without much incident. Miko's daily life is near constantly upended by a terrifying reality that seems only her own. These things, everywhere. And I do mean everywhere, and nobody else sees them. Miko goes through life trying her damnedest to pretend she isn't always being harassed by grotesque monstrosities, unsure if revealing to them or other people that she is painfully aware will kill her. This is the crux of Miko's story. This is our glimpse into her life. As you read, you'll find yourself asking a lot of questions. What are these things? Why are they everywhere? What do they want? Why can Miko see them but pretty much nobody else sees them or even realizes they exist? Do they even exist at all? Why do they act so weird? It's like they know exactly how to act to be as unnerving as possible in any given situation, despite they themselves not being certain if Miko knows they're right next to her. And they do ask her. And despite this uncertainty, it's like they're following her specifically, showing up at the most inconvenient times without fail. Reading Miko's plight is like watching the scene in a horror movie where you want to hold your breath with the hidden protagonist, except it's every chapter. You feel for Miko. Why can't you just live her life? Just like that empathy you may feel watching a more typical slice of life, you see what Miko's life could be, and eventually learn to feel that same desperation Miko does, knowing that any normal activity is about to be predictably intruded upon by this fucking thing. It's funny in a way, as any slice of life would benefit in being. You're in awe of the horror she's enduring, but it's also inane. It's a sort of dark comedy how Miko's life plays out, and Izumi Tomoki, the creator, knows how to play these conflicting scenes up. For instance, Hana is a giant wimp when it comes to anything even resembling horror, leaving Miko to constantly comfort her despite Miko's obviously worse real confrontations with the supernatural. Tomoki likes to keep our worldview limited to our small group of friends generally, but sometimes he lets us in on the world around us through Miko's experiences or small details about the passing world. He is strikingly consistent in his writing and frequently references previous information. My favorite unimportant example of this is when Hana almost forgets to buy an emergency melon bread at the store, only to pull it out of her bag in another chapter, emergency label and all. Before I go on, I want to say I think it's critical when having any kind of deeper discussion about a story to acknowledge that spoilers may be involved, and up until this point, I've been talking about stuff you can mostly understand within the first couple of chapters. Still, I don't want to spoil people either, so I will try to give fair warning anytime I might start to delve into that territory. I think I can say what I want here without going into detail, however, generalized spoilers incoming. Slice of life, or at least ones I like, are almost defined by the presence of wholesomeness driven through the characters interacting in meaningful but still realistic and grounded ways. You expect silliness, but maybe also some sharing of feelings amongst them. Nothing too grand, but still something of substance to attach to. And you might be thinking, this shit sounds like it's officially a horror story, and some of the elements even start to lean into there being a larger plot in the works as chapters continue. But regardless, Miko is ultimately just a bystander, like us in all this. She's not fighting monsters, she's not even interacting with them really. And yet they tell us little stories about what's going on. At points, there seems to be a heavy implication that some of them are spirits of people and animals once bound to the rest of the world. Typical ghost shit really, but through Miko seeing this, sometimes she's able to use her ability to push things in a helpful direction, or at minimum see something going on in our shared perspective of this world that would otherwise go undetected. The monster's intentions are never clear, but we start to see that they may not be all malicious. The way these moments can be so telling and heartfelt is best left to the reader to discover for themselves, so I won't go much further into describing them here. These interactions are the most unique part of Mieruko-chan. It's a story about some cute girls doing cute things, but it offers an unseen addition to that, a shared secret between the reader and Miko that there is more to this world. It's often terrifying, something the art itself does an amazing job portraying with the sharp contrast between our typical anime girls and their demonic harassers, but despite that, it also makes you feel those warm fuzzies that slice of life friendships can be so good at delivering, always accentuating the humor in either situation.